All right, man. Welcome to Don V Fridays. It's something like we used to do a long time ago, and then we stopped doing it, and then I started back doing it, and then I stopped again because I'm Don V. I do what the fuck I want. But we got two topics for y'all, and one sports related, one not so sports related. So sit back, get your drinks, get your goddamn popcorn, your fucking ham sandwich, whatever it is you eat, and enjoy the show.
Track, bro.
Looking like a pimp when I walk in the building. Diamonds on my pinky. Yo, bitch, all on my Twinkie. But her breath too stinky. Yeah, yo, bitch got straight rejected. Yeah, she got blocked like Tetris. Boy, why you got on that necklace? Looking like, bitch, you guessed it. With that fake ass chain. You ain't got no shame. Boy, your neck gon' change to a dirty color green. Guess you have to fake it till you make it. Nigga rob you, shit, let him take it. He ain't finna get no eggs and bacon. Shit, I don't even know why you shaking. Wrong fake ass nigga. Winnie Pooh, little Tigger. Video thug ass nigga. I heard you was sniffing sugar. Lying to your friends, you say it's Molly. Woo, you the life for the party. Moving fast like Ricky Bobby, but you been sniffing on that Whitney Bobby. Boy, sometimes this shit wake as fuck. I don't pop my...
Track.
Welcome. This is a special Saturday edition of Don V Fridays. Now, what ended up happening was I was making this shit yesterday, but I stopped making it. Like, editing software and shit was fucking up. So I was like, man, fuck the dumb shit. I wasn't gonna do it. I was gonna wait till next week. But what ended up happening was the streets called me. The streets said, VTZ, we need this Don V Friday shit, even on a Saturday. So this is a very special edition of Don V Fridays because it's fucking Saturday. And like, we do what we want right here. So first topic, NFL draft. NFL draft season is amongst us. We got 3 months. What is it? February, March, April, May. 3 months. It's coming down to which quarterback. We're going to do it this week. Which quarterbacks? Who you taking with that top pick? Now, the Cleveland Browns got the top pick. We don't know what the fuck they doing. You know, maybe Myles Garrett. Maybe the young man you see in this picture, who's from Ohio, I believe. Maybe they take Watson. Maybe they take Trubisky. Who knows? But this ain't about what the Cleveland Browns want to do. This is about who is the best quarterback in this draft class. When it comes, let's boil it down. Let's break this shit down. And I'm talking about on some real shit. I ain't talking about on no funny shit. We gonna keep it real all the way. Y'all know me. Y'all done been rocking with me for a long time. We gonna keep it all the way real. All the way 100. You got North Carolina's Mitch Trubisky. You got Clemson's Deshaun Watson. And you got Notre Dame's Deshaun Kaiser. These are the three. You got, Kaya, Gerard Evans from Virginia Tech. You got Patrick Mahomes from Texas Tech. You got other people. But the three that everybody's talking about is Watson, Kaiser, Trubisky. That's the consensus 1, 2, 3. Unless you got some off to the side motherfucker with his own agenda and his own list. Now, if you ask me personally, the best player out of the three is Deshaun Watson. I don't even think it's an argument to be made against that. The best football player amongst the three is Deshaun Watson. The man's got the hardware. He's got the accolades, the ring. He's got it all to back all that up. But that don't mean the best football player is always the best quarterback. The best thrower of the football is Mitch Trubisky, easily. I don't think I'm breaking news here. But does that make, so what do you want as a pro fan, like, do you want somebody that's gonna sit back there, throw darts all day, or do you want somebody that's gonna make some plays for you? Because Deshaun Watson is probably better suited to go to an awful football team than Mitch Trubisky. You feel me? Like, Mitch might throw the football better than both of these motherfuckers. Everybody in this draft. The scouts might be right. They might be absolutely right. He might throw the 10-yard out better than all of them. But can he step right into a bad franchise and lift that franchise up? I don't think he can. I'm a 49ers fan. We picked number 2. And there's been rumors, Mitch might go, second. I think in a situation for Mitch to be the guy that the scouts want him to be, I think things got to be set up for him low key. Kind of like how you see how Dak Prescott came into the league and had that immediate success. It was set up for him. The Cowboys asked him for his first 8 games, go out there and don't fuck up. Everything was already in place for him though. He didn't come into a chaotic situation, and that means something. That definitely means something. So I think if Mitch came into a situation, let's say he failed to Arizona or, to a team that's not a dumpster fire off the break, Mitch could be a beast. I've seen him. I've seen all 3 of these quarterbacks extensively because 2 of them play in the ACC. And Notre Dame plays, which is basically an ACC schedule. Virginia Tech played all 3 of these quarterbacks. For those who don't know, y'all know me, but I'm a Virginia Tech Hokies fan. But so I'm not just talking out my ass when I'm talking about these quarterbacks now. I done watched them all play multiple times. I ain't no fucking scout now. I only been watching broadcasts. I ain't watched no game tape or nothing like that. I'll leave that to the fucking nerds. You feel me? We just talking ball, you know what I'm saying? But everything in the perfect world set up. I think Mitch could be the best passer, and I don't think I'm breaking any news here. But we talking about the top of the draft. You're not going to a perfect world. You just not. I don't think Mitch even got to be coached up. I think right now, on his face, Mitch is the best passer of the 3, and I guess passing is the most important, quality a quarterback has. But let's talk about Mitch. Let's talk about Mitch for a second. North Carolina came into this season, last season. They had some pretty high expectations. They at least had expectations to win the Coastal Division in the ACC. They definitely had, I guess, expectations of 10 wins. No drop off from when Marquise Williams was the quarterback, who led them to an ACC Coastal crown, and they played Clemson in the not national championship, in the ACC championship, and played a pretty decent game. I think the expectation was to at least do that again. They fell short of their expectations. Now, was this all Mr. Trubisky's fault? Nah. Shout out Hurricane Matthew. But Mitch didn't look dope in all these games now. Let's keep it a buck. Mitch got 1 game against a defense that we thought, probably would have gave him trouble. That was Florida State. And Mitch ripped their ass up. Let's keep it a buck. Mitch ripped their ass up. He was throwing darts all day. Switzer and that other white boy, Ricky Prohl's son. Ricky Prohl's son and Bug. Mitch ripped them up. He lit their ass up. I ain't got the stats in front of me. I'm just going off my memory. He lit that ass up. And but then he got some not so good games. Now, shout out Hurricane Matthew. He didn't look so hot. All right, it's a hurricane. Fuck it. Deshaun Kaiser, who we gonna get to later, played in the Hurricane too and didn't look good. So we gotta be fair too. We can't hold hurricane games against motherfuckers and somebody else done did it, and so we gonna get the Kaiser. But he didn't look that hot against Virginia Tech. He didn't look that great against Georgia, a Georgia team who most any motherfucker with a brain thought Not really gonna be hitting on much. And then I believe he lost to Duke. And then who else they lost to? Was it NC State? I don't remember. I think they lost 4 games. And then they lost to Stanford in the bowl game. Solomon Thomas was on that ass. So it wasn't really the greatest season for UNC, who's supposed to have the best quarterback in the nation. I mean, Mitch came into it with a lot of hype, like he's going to be better than Marquise, and honestly, he wasn't. As a football player, he might have threw the ball prettier than Marquise, but he wasn't a better football player than Marquise. That's a fact. Go debate your fucking drunk uncle. Yeah, like I said, if Mitch comes into a situation where the line is decent, it don't got to be perfect, but the line is decent, and there's some receivers in place, and there's a decent coaching staff in place, I think Mitch could take off, hit the ground running, light this shit up. I mean, like Derek Carr, like Ascension. Like Derek Carr was in his 2nd year, and we was all like, okay, this motherfucker can play. And I believe last year was his 3rd year. He looked like one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I believe Mitch Trubisky, if he goes into a situation where there's a somewhat of a line in place and 2 decent receiving weapons, it could be 2 receivers or 1 receiver, 1 tight end, or maybe even 1 running back who can catch and 1 receiver. I think he could hit the ground on some Derek Carr shit. But that shit got to be in place. If it's not in place, I don't know. I don't think he can elevate a bad team, and take that beat like Jared Goff. I'm not comparing them like as talents. I'm comparing them as Jared Goff was asked to lift a bottom feeder ass, bum ass, fuck ass Rams team, and okay, save us. No, Jared Goff is a dart thrower. Same like Mitch. Like, these guys are dart throwers. Now, Mitch can run. Jared Goff can't. But they both are dart throwers. And when you got a dart thrower, shit got to be set up for them to throw darts. They can't make plays outside of, the intermediate shit. Like Sam Bradford. Some guys are just, they can light your ass up. If you give them the time, they will light your ass up. But if you got a bad team, no line, no receivers, they ain't really got much for you. And that's my take on Mitch Trubisky. If the 49ers take him second, I had to get behind them, but you gotta I would have my doubts that he could elevate us to, past fucking 5 wins at best. Next quarterback on the list, DeShone Kizer, the young man you saw earlier. I think DeShone Kizer, out of the 3, Watson, Trubisky, and himself, fuck. Out of the 3, I think he has the highest ceiling of the 3, which means he probably could go to a bad team. He probably could go to a bad team and look like some trash early. But I think if he's given the time, he could develop into a monster. And if anybody watched DeShone Kizer play, the man can make every throw. And the man can run. The man got wheels on him. And he's a pretty big dude. I don't know his measurables, but he's a big dude. This ain't some kid out here. This ain't Hokie legend Tyrod Taylor, who was like 6'1" and like not the biggest dude out there. This DeShone Kizer is a big man. He can make all the throws. He can run like the wind. There's always gonna be questions about, can he make the right decisions and things like that. And I believe Notre Dame season went down the tubes, but it wasn't DeShone Kizer's fault. You can watch those games. It's a lot of those games. Notre Dame was putting up 30 points, 40 points in some of those losses. They were losing shootouts. The Hurricane game against NC State, like I said, like with Trubisky, I won't hold the Hurricane game against you in your, as like draft evaluation. We'll laugh about it, but he had a Hurricane game too. And you're not going to get that much offense out of your quarterback in a Hurricane. Now, salute to Brian Kelly for, throwing him under the bus after a Hurricane game, but that's his that's Brian Kelly's fucking, that's what he does. He throws people under the bus. He gets kids killed. He throws everybody under the bus. But I think Kaiser can play. And I think with time, with a patient fan base, Kaiser could come in and he would struggle at first, trying to learn the game, get his feet wet. But after some time, repetition, experience, I think eventually he would pick it up and he would start to light it up. He would start to light shit up. And I think he could be a monster. I'm trying to think of an NFL comparison. I don't have any on the top of my head right now as far as like an accurate comparison. But yeah, man, I think Kaiser could be the truth. But he would have to get past that. He would have to weather that storm first. I think he would come in and be awful at first. He would have to learn the game. So yeah, that's my prediction on DeShone Kizer. He would need time, maybe even a year or two, but with time, with learning, with growing, he got the tools and the potential to be a monster. Last but not least, I think he was the Heisman runner-up. I think he was a Heisman finalist his red shirt sophomore year. Because this was his... Anyway, no. He never redshirted. His sophomore year, he was a Heisman finalist. His junior year, he was a Heisman finalist. We talking about Deshaun Watson. Now, this is the one, you either on one side or the other about Deshaun Watson. You think he should go number one to Cleveland, or you don't think he should be playing quarterback. You think he should be running routes. Now, Deshaun Watson, he's got, in the RG3 comparisons, like, I hate doing RG3 comparisons. But when I first watched Deshaun Watson play, when he was a freshman, he was nicked and nacked. He was injured a lot. And that's the first thing everybody kept saying, RG3, he's the next RG3. He can play. We're not saying he can't play, but can he hold up? I believe over the last two seasons, he's held up pretty well, and he's faced some pass rush. He's taken some licks out there, and he's held up pretty well. He's not the biggest dude. He's got some decent size, but he's not like, he ain't Deshaun Kizer. He ain't Deshaun Kizer now. Let's not get all that, fucked up. He ain't Deshaun Kizer, but he's not tiny either, though. He's not Michael Vick. But Deshaun Watson is a special playmaker. He's not going to throw darts all over the field. He's not. He ain't Mitch Trubisky. He will never develop into thrower of darts. He will never do that. That ain't his game. His game is he's going to be a playmaker. He's going to go out there from the first quarter to the fourth quarter, and a lot of times, it might look like shit. But when the game's on the line, he's probably best suited to win you big games, to win you games, period. Because the man just has that it factor. There's something to be said about that it factor. Tebow had that it factor. Tebow couldn't play for shit in the NFL. But if you kept him around in the game, oh shit, Tebow about to get an opportunity. I'm just saying. I'm not comparing him to Tebow because he's a better passer than Tebow. But what I'm saying is Deshaun Watson has that special it factor. I think that could take an effect on the locker room, and he can definitely step in and make plays immediately. Not win games immediately, but he can step in and make plays immediately. And that's definitely something you need for if you're going to be a top pick where you're not walking into the most ideal situation. So I think Deshaun Watson is suited to play right away with, the lack of, none of them have thrown an NFL pass yet, but with the lack of experience they all have, I think Deshaun Watson will have the best early success. He might not have the best career, but he will have the best early success because he could step on the NFL field right now and make enough plays to win a football game as a rookie on any team. I think you put Deshaun Watson on the Browns. They won 1 game last year. I think Deshaun Watson alone could win them 4 games. Just 4. And you would see flashes of playmaking, an energy, a spark to the offense. And, yeah. So, if I had to rank the 3, if I had to rank them, I'm going Watson 1, Trubisky 2, Kaiser 3. I like Watson because of his playmaking ability, that it factor. We've seen him do it on the biggest games and the biggest stages, and the man be unhinged and unflinched. And then I'm taking Trubisky, his accuracy. He don't really have that poise in the pocket yet, but I mean, like I said, if he get the right coaching staff and you get some people around him, Trubisky could have a quick ascension into one of the best passers in the league. And then I'm taking Kaiser 3rd. The man has the potential to become a monster. Well, the tools it's all about potential with Kaiser. And then 4th, I got Brad Collier from Miami. The man is a scarecrow in the pocket, but he's a player too. He can definitely make plays. Like Trubisky to a lesser degree, shit got to be set up for him. But Collier can play, So we're gonna take a quick break. Well, I'm gonna take the break, and we're gonna get back with topic number 2. All right, we back. Topic number 2. How to maneuver in the internet streets without losing your fucking mind. Now, I would consider myself a little bit of a veteran on the internet. I've been interneting for a good strong 10 years now. As far as YouTube and, Twittering. I've been doing Twitter for about 5-6 years. I've been Twittering. I don't really Facebook. I don't Instagram. I don't Snapchat. Do not look for my Snapchat. I don't Snapchat. I don't fucking, no. But I'm a little bit of a veteran on the internet. I done seen some wild shit on these. I done seen some wild shit in them internet streets. And the key to doing the internet is to, first, you can't take yourself so seriously. You don't tweet as well as you think you do. You don't tweet as bad as you think you do. You're not as funny as you think you are. You're not as corny as you think you are. You're not as sexy as you think you are. You ain't as ugly as you think you are. You got to find that happy median, and you got to feed the streets. You got to give the streets what they want. Now, sometimes the streets want to be ignorant, and sometimes you do got to scale shit back a little bit. Listen, y'all, sometimes you got to scale shit back and say, hey, man, some serious shit really just happened. And as a family, we got to discuss this shit. Like when terrorist attacks or, hate crimes and things like that happen, you got to, you got to show your human side. It's some people that just troll, joke all day. Nah, and joking and trolling is cool. But you got to find that. You got to find that you got to find that medium sometimes. Sometimes everything ain't a joke, though. Some shit is a joke, Like when somebody, titties look wrong. You got to get your jokes in. When somebody, retarded, it's always some elected retarded motherfucker y'all find out the shadows to make the meme of the month. Get your jokes in. But sometimes you got to bring that shit home, man. It's Black History Month. It's Black History Month. I want to send a shout out to all the, Martin, Malcolm, goddamn Migos, the 3 M's. Shout out, Who else is Black History? Fucking George Washington Carver making fucking TVs out of peanuts. My nigga, Marcus Garvey. Salute, salute to the Garveyites. Goddamn. Shout out to my nigga Omar from The Wire and shit. Making gay great again. Well, making gay great at his time. Them trying to make gay, cool and shit. Shout outs. But yeah, man, it's the internet. You can't take this internet shit too seriously, but you can't take this shit too lightly either, though. You fake woke niggas, you fake woke motherfuckers who think everything is a war on black people. Cool it. Everything ain't about race. Some shit is, though. But, not everything. Some niggas will find a way to make an orange juice commercial racist. Y'all gotta cool it. Because when some real racist shit happen, you got white people that's not trying to hear us out because, you can't bark at everything. You can't cry wolf at everything. You gotta pick and choose, the right time when to call some shit what it is. You can't do it every time. You can't do it because the fucking Cheerios commercial pissed you off. You gotta take some time and you gotta really think and you gotta really do your homework on a lot of this shit, on a lot of these topics. And a lot of times we get emotional because we're human. I'm human. We make mistakes. We jump off the hinge sometimes. We're all divided. Let's call it what it is. We're a divided nation. We were all raised on different sides of the tracks. So when things happen, we initially jump to our side. But sometimes you gotta look at what it is and look at the facts. And sometimes you gotta call a spade a spade. You gotta call it what it is. You gotta you can't be in the tank for your side all the time. You gotta call it what it is. If a black man is wrong, I gotta call him on that. If a black man was wronged, I gotta call the people out on that. This ain't no, anti anything. I love every race, creed. I done fucked many white bitches. Like I got no hate for white people. I love white people. But y'all gotta start holding each other accountable too. And that's the way we can go from, a sort of divided country to a united country. And then we'll be out here bullying every goddamn body. Like, yo, come off that fucking oil. We can't do that shit. Fighting and shit all the time, arguing and shit. We gotta come together as a country. And then we can start bullying motherfuckers. See, Iran and them laughing at us because it's like, y'all ain't even got y'all shit in order. And y'all trying to run shit from across the pond. Y'all, you gotta sit your ass down. It don't work like that. So what we need to do as a country, we need to hash out all our bullshit. Have open dialogue. Like, I ain't got all the answers. I don't. And if your ass listening, you ain't got all the answers. But let's talk about it. Let's see each other's side. Because we all from different sides of the tracks. We all come from different cultures, different everything. Some of y'all motherfuckers can eat a piece of chicken with not shit on it. I ain't come from that. Let's talk about it though. Some of y'all, some of y'all eat salmon and drink Evian water. Salute to you. Salmon's alright. Some of y'all motherfuckers eat chicken nuggets and sweet tea. Let's talk about it. Let's come together and find that medium so we can move on as a country and start dominating motherfuckers. I ain't all about U.S. domination, but I'm an American. So whatever makes America the best country out here, that's what we gonna do, because that's what America was built on, being the best. Because we want to be the best at everything, but we can't be the best at everything if we find every little thing to jump on our side about. 6 people get killed in the church, in a mosque in Canada, and everybody want to just use that to push their agenda. Myself included, I got to stop that shit. But what we need to do is we need to come together and start loving each other, healing each other. You got a shoulder to cry on. A man's tears will make him stronger. And we need to support each other. When the police kills a young man, You know, it's we gotta hold that police responsible if the young man didn't have no weapons on him. I don't give a fuck how much he got his ass beat. He ain't have to die. And at the same time, if the young man did have a weapon, the police got the right to defend themselves with, lethal force. We gotta start looking at shit fair. We can't be in the tank for just one side all the time. You gotta be able to look at that other side. You got to. And once we start doing that as a nation, as a people, as America, that's when the healing process can start. Because right now, it's all fucked up. I'm in the D.C. area. I work in D.C. I live this shit. I see it every day. Protests, motherfuckers debating every day. Motherfuckers all in front of Trump Hotel, gay motherfuckers dancing and all that. Like, it's crazy right now. And I got, salute to the gays. This ain't no anti-gay nothing. But salute to the gays. But you got, it's crazy around here. It's real crazy. So, once we can find that way through, maybe it's through protests, maybe it's through, some fights and shit. But once we get past all this and we can start talking and listening, because everybody can talk, but not everybody can listen. Once we start listening to each other, my brothers and sisters, that's when we can finally find our way and be the best countries. Because now all we doing right now is just a bunch of talking like we the best country. We ain't shit. We ain't shit. We don't even know if Monday a school gonna get shot up. We don't even know, it's so, America's so fucked up. America's so great but so fucked up at the same time. It's in a medium. It ain't the best, it ain't the worst. It's just in the middle. But we gotta find that. We just gotta get past all the tension and we gotta come together as a country, all of us. And this ain't on no coon ass shit. I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about white people need to start realizing. Listen, we not getting over that bullshit that happened. We not getting over the racism. Listen, I'm 29 years old and I experienced racism. I'm not getting over it, but I can get past it. You feel me? We can come together but we got to be able to hear each other out. Both sides got to come to the table. Not just black people, not just Mexicans, not just white people. Everybody got to come to the table. And everybody, we got to hash some shit out. And if it's going to take some black eyes and some bloody noses to get that point across, then that's just what it's going to take. But we got to start loving each other again. Or for once, we got to start loving each other. We got to stop hating each other. Because we ain't going to get nowhere. It's Black History Month. White people, Black history is American history. Know it, learn it, respect it. Black people, Black history is American history. Know it, learn it, respect it. I got 4 minutes left and I'm done. You supposed to end this shit on some good shit. You supposed to end it on some good positive shit. Have motherfuckers feeling good and shit, and then it's supposed to just go off and shit. But no, I got 4 minutes. And no, fuck that. We about to cut this. But it's Don V Fridays, a special edition. We switching over to this podcast like format. That's what we doing. That's how we gonna do Don V Fridays from here on out. We gonna do a podcast type format. Sometimes it might be one topic. If something important happens, we might do 8 topics. But no podcast will be long as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got shit to do. Motherfuckers got jobs. Motherfuckers, you probably on the treadmill. You probably got them enjoying a nice black bean burger at a Whole Foods or at a mom market. You probably, making a green juice smoothie right now with all types of bullshit in it, but you trying to live till you 185 where you decrepit as shit and you fucking can barely shit without being rocked back and forth by your old ass lover. Whatever you do, however you listen to this podcast, yeah, fuck it, it's a podcast. It's the ghettoest podcast ever, but we gonna make it do what it do. yeah, man. However you do it, we got shit to do, man. We ain't got all goddamn day to be, listening to my retarded ass ramble all day. So however however you listening, wherever you listening, stay up. Keep it 100. That's it. God bless.